Alright guys, you already know what time it is. It's time to rank, rate, and tier the Conjuring franchise. All 7 movies. Let's go. Let's take a look at what we got in the tiering list. We got great, as in top notch. We got good, which is I really like it. We got not bad, which means I could watch it over and over again and not mind it. It's just not the best one. And then we got hot garbage, which means I'm probably never going to watch it again. And I'll do what I normally do. I'll rank them from the best to the worst and rate them as I go, and also put them in one of the tier slots. So let's go. Getting into my number 7. It's absolutely going to be Annabelle. Yeah, the first Annabelle literally sucks. Like, I'm coming from a standpoint, I'm not saying I hate the movie. Like, I can't really hate it. At the same time, it is the worst freaking movie out of all of them. Like, literally an origin story movie about a freaking possessed doll, you know, that was on the Conjuring and freaked everybody out, should have a good backstory to it for an origin story to introduce it, you know. And the story was bland. Like, it literally introduced them, and the whole time I'm just like, well, you know, what is this? Like, this is literally, this is like someone wrote it and literally thought they were doing good, and they weren't doing good, and someone just applauded them and said, oh yeah, we'll go with that. That's literally what I feel like this was. And in all honesty, I know there was, you know, a couple of scenes in there that freaked people out, but it didn't even freak me out. I can't give it a horrible rating, so I'll give it a 5.5, but it's definitely number 7. And it's definitely going in hot garbage. Like, absolutely. This is why I tell you that every movie down from here, I absolutely love. I'm not going to say some are better than others, but I absolutely love every other movie on this list. So let's go. My number 6 spot is going to be Annabelle Comes Home. And I will explain why. I can feel you typing and go, oh my god, you put it in front of like 2 others that should have been there, Comic Verse. What are you doing? But just hear me out. I love everything that tied in this movie to the Warrens. It actually shows more of the Warrens in this movie. I actually love the storytelling. I love everything about it. I'm just going to tell you one reason why the next one I prefer over this one. But this one's definitely my number 6. As I said before, I love any movie down from here, so especially this one. I just prefer one over this one slightly. And the other ones as well. So it's going to take my number 6 spot. It's going to get easily a 7 out of 10. And it's going to go in the not bad slot. Which brings me to my number 5 spot. Yes, Annabelle Creation. And I know. Comic Verse, why? Allow me to explain. Slightly. It's by a slight, okay? I don't know what it is about this movie. Every time I watch it, okay? The story is amazing, by the way. The way they go about bringing in some new characters and introducing a whole new backstory to Annabelle. It's just good. Like, I don't understand why people hate on this movie. I really don't. It's really good to go into that type of backstory about the daughter dying, Annabelle, you know, and everything else. And then also, you know, the new people, the new girl in the wheelchair. Every scene with her in it just freaked me out, because it's one of them, like, what do you think is going to happen? What could she do if Annabelle decided to really come after her? And I don't know, just everything about this movie. It was a mixture of everything. Plus the story, I just love it. I could watch it over and over again, and I don't get why people hate on it. It's just by a slight. So it's going to go on my number 5 spot, and I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I'm going to stick it right in the not bad slot. Now my number 4 is definitely going to be The Conjuring 2. My number 4 is absolutely going to be The Conjuring 2. And I know there's going to be 2 sides of the fence. There's going to be saying people, why is it that high and why is it that low? I'm not putting it any higher and any lower. I think it's good right where it's at. I love this movie so freaking much. I just think there's 3 more that's just a little bit better. And that's just, you know, for certain reasons. But this is absolutely a really good movie, so I'm not putting it any farther back, because I don't see why it's hated on. A lot of people would actually hate this movie, and I don't know why. I love the Bill Wilkins act, where, you know, where he sits in his chair and he's freaking her out. I love the Wicker Man freaking take. I love the Nun take. It's literally just a mixture of everything. Valak was just so menacing in this freaking movie, bruh. And then to come to find out that it was Valak all along, you know, trapping the Wicker Man, the Bill Wilkins, and the Wicker Man and everything else into it, on top of the Warrens, they're even freaked out in this movie. You know, like, it's just crazy. I love it very much. It's my number 4. I'm easily giving it an 8 out of 10. And I'm sticking it right where it belongs, right into the good slot. Brings me to my number 3, The Nun. Like, literally, what's not to like about this movie? And a lot of people actually hate this movie. I don't know why. It had a good freaking backstory. It scared the shit out of me. Top of it, introducing all that, you know, the Jesus blood and everything like that. And plus, Frenchie, like, literally, Frenchie was the peak of that movie. I'm sorry. He was literally always in the right place at the right time. On top of all that, I don't know what it is about a freaking demon dressed in a nun costume that scares the shit out of me, but it scares the shit out of me. Like, look at them freaking eyes, bruh. Look. Hell no. On top of it giving a good backstory to what really happened with the nun and all that, and what really started it all, it's just I just love it, the way it ties into the movie as well. I love it. I don't know why it's hated. Easily, it's going to be my number 3 slot and get it 8 out of 10 and go right into where it belongs, in the good. Alright, now we're getting into the territory of the final 2. And boy, oh boy, I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. So, my number 2, by a slide, is going to be The Conjuring. And I know there's going to be some people who might agree with me. There's going to be some people that might, you know, just want to just choke slam it. But just hear me out. It's by slight, guys. Like, I had to literally watch both of these movies last night to compare them. Just to see what I love just a tiny bit more. And I'm sorry. The Conjuring 2 is going to be number 2. Easily going to still get a 9 out of 10. It's just, literally, there's just so much in this movie. I can't describe how much I love this movie, right? Everything about it. Like, what's not to like about this that started it all, and it absolutely scared. It introduced a new rhythm in horror movies. It just scares the shit out of you. Like, the woman crawling, you know, under the house after the girl. Like, that, what? The woman who came out of nowhere in the kitchen. Like, that just scares the absolute shit out of you. So it's easily going to take my number 2 and get a 9 out of 10. And I'll explain the why I love number 3 just a little bit more. So I'm going to stick number 1 in the great. So the only reason I love number 3 just a little bit more, guys, is literally just because it has everything the first one has. On top of it, it's like this detective type of feel to it. And they find all this satanic ritual type of stuff. And it leads down the road of this boy they're trying to prove he literally is possessed, and the people won't believe him, and they're sitting there begging like, y'all don't understand, here's proof. And it took all that, on top of the detective work, on top of her showing them where dead bodies were, on top of the freaking basic, I don't even know what that woman was. They were trying to display her like the Antichrist or something. I don't know what that woman was, but she scared the shit out of me. Like, every time she'd walk and you'd hear her walking towards you, like, fuck. Just love this freaking movie, dude. Love it so much. It's easily my number 1, 9 out of 10. And it's definitely going in the great. Just in case you guys missed it, this is my ranking, rating, and tiering. I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'll be kind of giving y'all a little hint probably tomorrow what we'll be talking about next.